Avi Lewis obviously is a filmmaker and the co-author of the Leap Manifesto, and he has a question for you.
As I'm sure everyone here knows, the Leap is a nonpartisan initiative calling on every politician in every jurisdiction in this country to adopt a set of 15 political demands that would put Canada on a fundamentally different course in a massive hurry. And as you may recall, NDP delegates at the convention in Edmonton last year voted to debate the Leap Manifesto at the riding level. I know because there are still scorch marks on various parts of my body from that experience. So what I wanted to do was read you what the party committed to in Edmonton and ask you if you agree. The NDP recognizes and supports the Leap Manifesto as a high-level statement of principles that speaks to the aspirations, history, and values of the party. We recognize and embrace the opportunity to confront the twin crises of inequality and climate change with an inspiring and positive agenda to transform society as we transition to an economy beyond fossil fuels. The specific policies in the manifesto can and should be debated and modified on their own merits according to the needs of various communities in different parts of the country. But the goal of transforming our country according to the vision in the manifesto is in harmony with the core beliefs and tradition of the NDP. So do you agree? Your choices are yes, no, or you could prevaricate and try to bob and weave.
I am totally in agreement with what passed in Edmonton. I was there. And I think what's really important about that is about this conversation with communities. And I've said the same thing on Vancouver Island, and I've said it with energy workers in Edmonton. This conversation is the crucial conversation of our time, but it has to include, we have to get out to rural Canada. I was meeting with energy workers in Alberta who are already preparing the new future. I think this conversation belongs with the New Democrats, but it's not only for New Democrats. This is the question, this is the conversation for our nation, and this is the conversation for our planet. And what better place to begin than in the party that represents blue-collar workers and urban environmentalists, the green and the hard hats. This is our party, this is our issue.
If you ask all sorts of New Democrats, let's raise your hands if you agree that we need to tackle climate change in a serious way. Every New Democrat's hand would go up. In terms of achieving environmental justice, we're all committed to it. And we know that we can't achieve environmental justice unless we have economic justice, that workers are transitioning. There's really no debate. We all know that we need to tackle climate change right now. We all know that we need to ensure that there's economic justice right now. Workers can't be left behind.
What I've said since the beginning of this leadership race is that this is an opportunity for the NDP to put forward a vision for justice, environmental justice, economic justice, social justice, that reflects the kind of principles that are in the Leap Manifesto. No question, the two big challenges of our time are growing inequality and the threat of climate change. But one of the things that I think we need to be doing, besides taking principled positions, whether it's on pipelines, whether it's our proposal to put forward a crown corporation that could direct funding towards a carbon-free economy, is also building a movement for change.
What I've been saying across the country is that the Leap Manifesto has 15 articles, and we're talking about a set of principles as well. And we have maybe 8 or 9 of those principles, those articles, that are part of our principles as NDPers. And there is a strong debate that we have right now in this leadership race on the question of fighting climate change and also of the workers and being able to save the jobs. And I think this has been a very healthy debate. There's one article which I'm the sole proponent, which is basic income. All in all, with that set of principles and what you brought forth, I'm fully in agreement.
I want to ask this question of you, Charlie, just as a follow-up. You spoke passionately at the outset of this evening about democratizing the party, about letting the base lead. Here is the Leap Manifesto resolution passing in Edmonton. The boldest, most dramatic incident of the base speaking and launching a major policy initiative in recent memory. And yet it has been absolutely invisibilized in this entire leadership debate because the party establishment doesn't want to talk about it. Why haven't you guys just talked about it yourselves? You've debated night after night for months now.
We talk about it in every community hall, which is where I want to have this conversation, which has given me so much of the knowledge to speak on this issue. And I think the issue of environment has been a fundamental question in this leadership debate. But you are so right about the importance of having a democratic movement where a motion like this can actually get on the floor, where we can debate it. Because for too long, I think our party has moved away from debates, being afraid of debates, thinking, well, if we can manage debates and we can limit debates, we can shut down debates.
But Charlie, it's been buried. It's been buried in this leadership race, and that's why I'm here to bring it up now. It's the first time it's come up.